Hello Mandela class, welcome to your second maths lesson of this week. Yesterday we looked at dividing, but we found out that the division number sentences that we were completing had remainders. So we represented our answers as a number with a remainder. Today we are going to answer questions that use the vocabulary times as many. So we're going to look at how we would answer those questions. To start off with, can you make sure you've got some scrap paper or your whiteboards and pens ready so that you can also have a go at doing these activities as we go? I don't need to see your practice questions on tapestry. I just need to see your main activity, but it's important that you have a go as we're going through the PowerPoint as well. Okay, so your first question. Arian has 15 toy cars. Kelsey has twice as many. How many toy cars does Kelsey have? So I want you to pause the video and have a go at doing this. You can represent the toy cars either with items that you've got at home, if you've got enough, or you can just represent it pictorially. You don't have to draw cars. You can just represent it using counters or whatever you would like. Okay, pause the video, and when you're ready, play it again so we can go through it together. Okay, so we know that Arian has 15 toy cars. These are the 15 toy cars that Arian has. Now we also know that Kelsey has twice as many. So whatever number of cars Arian has, Kelsey has twice that. So Arian has this many cars, Kelsey has twice as many. So how many cars does Kelsey have? Can you have a go now at representing this using a multiplication number sentence? How would you do that? Okay, we already know some information that will help us. We know that Arian has 15 toy cars. We know we need to multiply it by something. So Arian has a number of cars. Kelsey has twice as many. So if I take the number that Arian has and double it, or times 2, that would give me the number of toy cars that Kelsey has. So 15 times 2 represents twice as many toy cars as Arian had. 15 times 2 equals 30. Or you could count how many toy cars Kelsey has. Okay. In a playground, there are 3 times as many girls as boys. So here we explored the concept of twice as many. Now we have got 3 times as many girls as boys. Which bar model represents the number of boys and girls? Explain your choice. So you can just think about this answer by looking at the screen, pause the video, and choose which one represents this question. There are 3 times as many girls as boys. Okay. Okay, so the wording of the question is there are 3 times as many girls as boys. So we've got a number of boys that are both represented here. Now 3 times as many as the number of boys represents the number of girls. So which one of these two represents 3 times as many? Well, this one, because we've got a number of boys and it's repeated 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So 3 times as many as the number of boys represents the number of girls. Okay. Look at these towers of cubes and complete the sentences. So the sentences are: the red chain is something as long as the blue chain, the red chain is something as long as the green chain, and the green chain is something as long as the blue chain. So have a go at doing this on your piece of paper, pause the video, and have a go at also representing them using number sentences. I don't know what happened here. It's meant to be a division. have a go at representing them using these number sentences and play the video when you're ready. Okay, so here the first sentence says the red chain is something as long as the blue chain. So I know I need to compare the blue chain to the red chain. Now I've got the blue chain here. I want to know how many of these blue chains are repeated in the red chain. So here I can have one lot of blue chains and I can repeat it another time. So I've got the blue chain and twice the red chain is once, twice as long as the blue chain because it can fit the blue chain inside twice. One time and two times. So the red chain is twice as long as the blue chain. How could I represent this using a number sentence? Well, let's see how many parts there are to the blue chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know that the blue chain represents 6, and I know that the red chain is twice as long as the blue chain. So 6 times 2 equals 12. Or you can count how many the red chain has. The red chain is something as long as the green chain. Well, let's see how many times the green chain is repeated to give us the red chain. So it's repeated once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So you can fit 4 lots of the green chain inside the red chain. That's 1 lot, 2 lots, 3 lots, and 4 lots. So the red chain is 4 times as long as the green chain. 4 times. So how many does the green chain, what number does the green chain represent? 1, 2, 3. And I know that the red chain is 4 times as long as the green chain. So 3 times 4, because if the green chain is repeated 4 times, that gives us the length of the red chain. 3 times 4 equals 12. And the last one, the green chain is something as long as the blue chain. Well, let's compare the green chain and the blue chain together. Okay, so we know that we need to compare the length of the blue chain to the length of the green chain. So if I just place them closer to each other, what do you notice about the length of the blue chain and the length of the green chain? So can you see that essentially the blue chain has been cut in half, and that represents the length of the green chain? We've got 1, 2, 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3 on this side and 1, 2, 3 on this side. So the green chain is half as long as the blue chain. Half as long as the blue chain. And how could I represent that using a number sentence? Well, I know that we've just counted the length of the blue chain. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where would I place the number 6 in my number sentence? Well, I'm dividing 6 in, I'm splitting it into 2 equal groups. And based on your knowledge of division, you should remember that you always start with the largest number. So 6 would be my largest number, and I've split it into 2 equal groups, and that represents the number, that represents the green chain. So 6 divided by 2, because I've cut it in half, equals, how many parts are there to the green chain? 3. So 6 divided by 2 equals 3. Okay, next question. The astronaut has 3 teddies. His friend has 4 times as many. How many toy teddies does the astronaut's friend have? So here we can see this astronaut has got 3 toy teddies, and we know that his friend has 4 times as many. Can you have a go at representing this pictorially yourself, and also using a multiplication number sentence, and play the video when you're ready? So I know the number of teddies that this astronaut has, 1, 2, 3. I know his friend is meant to have 4 times as many, so I'm going to represent this using counters, pictorial representation. So there's a number of teddies that this astronaut has, and 4 times as many is the number that this astronaut has. So I need to repeat this number 4 times. 2, 3, 4. And these dots represent the teddies. So how could I write a multiplication number sentence to solve this? Well, I know this astronaut has got 3 teddies, and I know that his friend has 4 times as many. So 3 times 4 equals 12. We can count in threes. 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay. A bag contains 6 green balls. There are 3 times as many red balls as green. Can you have a go at drawing a bar model to represent this? A bar model is going to look like this. So you know that one bag contains 6 green balls. Can you draw a bar model to represent the number of red balls? You know that there are 3 times as many. Play the video when you're ready. Okay, so I know that one bag that I'm going to draw a rectangle to represent, because we want to draw a bar model. One bag represents 6 green balls. And I know that there are 3 times as many red balls as green. So if I repeat the number 6 3 times, that will show me the number of red balls. And I know in each bag there are 6. So here I've drawn a bar model to represent the number of red balls, because I knew that there were 6 balls in each bag. So how many balls are there? Let's write a multiplication number sentence to represent this. Well, how many equal groups do we have? 3. And how many are in each group? 6, because I know there are 6 green balls in each bag, and I know that there are 3 times as many red balls as there are green. So 6 times 1, 2, 3 equals 18. So there are 18 red balls. Now it's your turn to choose the activity that best suits you. So if you start on activity 1 and you feel like you're very confident with it, you can just stop activity 1 and move on to activity 2. If you do activity 2 and you feel like that's good for you, then carry on with activity 2. And then activity 3 is a challenge. If you want to start with the challenge to see how you get on, that's fine, but try to do at least one of activity 2 before you move on to your challenge. Okay, so this is activity 1, where you are given questions that you need to read carefully, but you've also been shown a pictorial representation of that question to help you. So Ava has 3 counters, 1, 2, 3. Amir has 4 times as many counters. How many counters does Amir have? And so on. This is activity 2, where you need to draw bar models to help you solve the following. So the first question is more pictorial. The second activity, you need to represent these questions using bar models and then solve them using your multiplication number sentence. And activity 3 is your challenge. For example, the fruit shop contains 3 times as many apples as oranges. Altogether, there are 48 pieces of fruit. How many apples are there and how many oranges are there? So you haven't been told how many are in each group. You've been given the total, and you've also been given the information that the shop contains 3 times as many apples as oranges. So that should give you a clue. I look forward to seeing all of your work on Tapestry, and make sure you always try your best and always give it your best with your presentation as well. I will see you in the next video. Well done, Mandela class. Bye.